Hey, what's up everybody? It's Matt Karma, founder of Total Body Transformation Camp, and in this video, what I'm going to show you is 10 easy ways to lose weight. Today, I'm going to show you and give you 10 basic concepts and ideas that you can start to implement today that's going to help you move in that direction where you're trying to go. Whether it is you're trying to lose 1 kilogram, 2 kilograms, 10 kilograms, 100 kilograms, these 10 steps are something that you can implement straight away to start progressing towards that goal that you have. And the good thing is that I'm going to be working on 3 important aspects of losing weight that most people don't really focus on. The very first thing you want to be focusing on if you want to lose weight is training. And that's why with these 3 steps, I'm specifically going to be focusing on giving you some training ideas that you can start doing to lose weight. What you also need to be focusing on is your nutrition. So these 3 things up here is all going to be focused on nutrition, what you're eating, what you're drinking, how you should be eating and drinking. So I'm going to be showing you all about that as well. The last thing is the most important thing, and this is something that most people don't talk about, and that is your psychology. Changing the way that you feel, your emotional state, because your emotional state is one of the most important things to losing weight. And I'm going to be digging a lot more deeper into that later in this video. So these 4 steps here is all about psychology, mindset, your emotions, and so on. So let's start with these 3 things here. In nutrition, one of the questions you need to be asking yourself is, okay, how should I be eating? What should I be eating? How should I be drinking? What should I be drinking? So what I'm going to be reveal to you, the first thing, the very first tip that you want to start to implement in your life to start losing weight is this. And that is, you want to start to eat with a small plate. Now, as simplistic as this sounds, what happens is, we've all been conditioned as a kid, right? As a child, what did our parents or our guardians used to say to us as a kid? Make sure you eat all the food on your plate, right? So when we get a big plate like this, because as a child we'll be so conditioned to make sure we eat everything, otherwise we get into trouble, right? So one of the things that you want to do is you want to get a small plate and start to get into the habit of eating with a small plate. And if you haven't got a small plate at home, then another thing that you can do is, if you've got this big ass plate like this, is get into the habit of eating but leaving some food on the plate. So when you're eating, let's say you got your, whatever you're eating, like you got this big chicken here, you got your vegetables, got all this stuff here, just eat maybe 3/4 of it. And then get in the habit of, okay, leaving a quarter there and just leaving it out. And you can put it in the fridge, you can refrigerate it, and then eat it later. But you want to start to condition your mind to not eat as much, because one of the reasons why so many people are overweight now, or why there are so many people becoming overweight, is because their portion sizes are way too big. So I don't care if it's with a plate, and it's also, this includes with bowls as well. So if you're used to eating food with big bowls like this, then go ahead and buy a smaller bowl. Or if you haven't got a small bowl at home, that's cool. Just make sure you eat 3/4 of your food, and then get into the habit of leaving it out, like the other quarter out. Do you have to do this every single time? No. But just be mindful of how much you're actually eating, because sometimes you can start to eat so much unconsciously and then you don't realize that you're gaining so much weight. This little tip right here can make a massive difference, where you can start to lose weight so much more easier just from cutting down your portion sizes. So that's tip number 1. Number 2, what you want to be doing is, you want to start drinking 3 liters of water every single day. Now I know that most people that hear this are like, oh my god, I only drink 600 mils a day, I only drink 1 glass of water a day. That is literally suicide. Drinking that much water, 600 mils to 2 cups of water a day, that is, you're starving your body. Your body needs hydration. And this is so important to losing weight, because what happens is, as you start to flush out your system, people always say, you know, well Matt, I don't want to drink so much water, then I'll look bloated. In fact, it's a total opposite. When you don't give your body enough water, your body starts to retain onto all the water it has, because it's thinking to itself like, I'm not going to get any water. So it holds onto everything, which causes bloating. But when you give your body enough water, it starts to flush any excess fluid that you don't need, which is going to help you with weight loss as well. Another reason is because I always, like I said here, I'm going to cover in this a lot more in depth later on. But one of the things you need to have a good idea of is that how you're feeling determines whether you will lose weight or not. When you're in a low negative emotional state, when you're just feeling run down, it's very hard for you to go, you know what? Yes, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to go train, I'm going to eat healthy foods. That doesn't normally happen, right? When you're in a low negative emotional state, feelings of fatigue, feeling run down, feeling just tired, you don't feel like working out, you don't feel like going to the gym, right? And what happens is dehydration is one of the biggest factors to draining your energy. If after work or at 3 o'clock or in like midday throughout the afternoon, if you're feeling so run down, one of the things you want to get into the habit of is drinking water during that time. That's going to restore your energy. Another reason is because if you say to yourself, Matt, are you kidding me? Like, you want me to eat this much food? I need food. Well, what happens is if you drink, let's say 600 mils of water 30 minutes before a meal, you'll find that you'll feel a lot more full. Because most of the time, when you feel that hunger, it's not usually just hunger. Most of the time, it's just that you're super dehydrated. Trust me on this. Do this, the next time you feel hungry, try this. The next time you feel hungry today or tomorrow, drink 600 mils of water. Just try this. Wait 10 minutes, and 80 to 90% of the time, you'll notice that your hunger is gone. Why? Because your mind has tricked you. It's not that you were hungry, it's because you were dehydrated. So what I recommend is, one of the most simple and easy ways to drink 3 liters of water daily is get a big bottle. This is a 1 liter bottle and I always have this with me. So I'm just constantly sipping on it every 20 to 30 minutes. You can put some lemon in this, it's going to help alkalize and detoxify your system. Simple, right? So that's the second tip. The third tip, what you want to be doing is, you want to be eating every 2 to 3 hours. Now the reason why this is important is because one of the most important things to losing weight is your metabolism. If you don't know what it is, you probably heard that before. Like, you need to speed up your metabolism. What is your metabolism? Your metabolism is basically the amount of calories you burn at rest. So you notice that with people who have a fast metabolism, you probably know someone like this, they can eat anything. And I mean anything. And for some reason, they just don't put on weight. Well, that's because they have a very fast metabolism. If you're like me and you eat, let's say, a cheeseburger and like overnight you gain 2 kilograms, right? That's me. I used to have a slow metabolism. But you can train yourself to have a fast metabolism. And the way that you do that is by focusing on a couple of things I'm going to be showing you here, but also by eating every 2 to 3 hours. That's going to help speed up your metabolism. So while you're just resting, while you're chilling, while you're just watching videos online, you're burning more calories at rest. Okay? So eat every 2 to 3 hours. Also, what happens is you're not going to be so hungry all the time, which is going to prevent you from just binge eating at dinner time, right? So that's the 3 tips that you want to start to focus on with nutrition. But how about training? Because if you just focus on nutrition, you may get results, but you want to start to combine it with a good training program. So with these 2 steps here, I'm going to release them at the same time, so then that way I can explain everything a lot more in depth about the 2 types of training you want to be doing to lose weight. What you want to be doing is, you want to be focusing on doing cardio training and weight training at least 3 to 5 times per week. Now the reason why you want to combine these is because, let me tell you about cardio training. A lot of people think to themselves, if I just do cardio training, that's enough. And sometimes, yes, that will actually help. But when you do cardio training, right, when you're on the treadmill, when you're swimming, when you're going for walks, you're burning a certain amount of calories during that time. But what happens is, after you finish that cardio session, as you stop walking, as you stop running, as you stop swimming, you stop burning calories. But what happens is, when you're doing weight training, you're burning calories in that time, and after you stop doing weights, you're still burning calories from that session. So that's the beauty of combining cardio training with weight training. And I know a lot of women in particular will say to themselves, well, Matt, you know, I don't want to do weight training. I don't want to look like a man. You don't have the same hormones as a man. You don't produce the same hormones as a man to build that kind of muscle, unless you're taking some kind of drug or something like that. So focus on cardio training and weight training every 3 to 5 times a week. So with cardio training, what I mean by that specifically is start to go for walks. If you don't like walking, start to go for runs. If you don't like walking or running, then do something that you enjoy doing. Maybe it's walking in nature. Maybe it's rock climbing. Maybe it's dancing. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's walking with your children or whatever it is. But focus on doing those kinds of cardio training at least for 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 5 times per week. And then with weight training, you don't want to just be doing isolation exercises. What I mean by that specifically is doing exercises that just work one muscle group. Things like bicep curls, things like crunches, things like sit-ups. You don't want to be doing those kinds of exercises. And don't get me wrong, you can implement that into your weight training program, but you want to be doing things that involve compound movements. What I mean by that specifically is doing exercises that involve large muscle groups, things that involve more than one muscle group. So things like squats, things like push-ups, things like burpees, things like doing bench presses, lunges. All those things involve more than one muscle group, which in turn is going to help you burn more calories, which in turn is going to help you. The more muscle groups that you can use, you'll notice that you're sweating a lot more. And that's basically because you're using more than one muscle group. You're burning more calories in that process. So start to focus on doing compound movements when you're doing weight training. And the reason why I say 3 to 5 is because if you're just starting out, which a lot of people will be watching this video, if you're just starting out, then what I recommend is just focus on doing 3 sessions per week. Maybe do that for a fortnight, maybe do that for a month. Then the next month or the next fortnight, then up the sessions to 4 times per week. Don't overwhelm yourself unless you're like a crazy person like me and you just want to get straight into it. Then you can do 5 times per week. But for majority of people, what I recommend is starting slow. Just get yourself into the habit. Maybe the next week goes by, the next fortnight goes by, or the next month goes by. Make the commitment to say to yourself, okay, now I'm going to start doing 4 sessions per week. Then after that, then I'm going to start doing 5 times per week of doing walking, running, and weight training. Okay? So start slow, then finish fast. So that's what you want to be doing with training. Now, one of the things that you can start to do to, I guess, put more effort into your training is doing this thing right here. And I used to be so against this because I really liked to train with myself. But what I recommend that you do, if you can, is start to train with a friend or a group. Say for example, if you sign up at a gym, go to the group classes. You know, I used to be one of those people who used to say, I used to have my iPod in and I used to just smash out a session. And I thought to myself, you know what, I don't want to train with a person because it's going to distract me. They're just going to be talking all the time. I just want to get in and then get out. But once I started to get a training partner, the amount of effort that I put into a session is so much more because it depends upon your training partner, which I'm going to talk about that in a second. But when you're training with someone, you put in so much more effort compared to when you're by yourself. Or even better, if you're training in a large group. So if you're at the gym, I highly recommend that you go and join one of the fitness classes, right? You're going to meet new people, you're going to make new friends, you may even find a gym buddy as well. But when you're in that group environment, there's a higher level of energy. And the higher level of energy, the more effort you're going to put into that gym session, okay? So a couple of things that with a gym partner though. Don't just get anybody. Don't get your lazy friend who doesn't like training. Get someone. It doesn't really matter what kind of shape they're in, by the way. I don't care if they're overweight. All I care about is number one, they're enthusiastic. They got to want to train. They got to be one of those people who just like pushing you. They got to be motivated. You can't say to them, hey, man, do you want to train at 6 a.m. in the morning? And they say yes, but then 6 a.m. comes and they say, you know what? You know, I'm pretty tired. You know, I had a late night last night, and I just want to sleep in. So you want to make sure that they're enthusiastic, they're motivated, and the last thing is that they're inspiring. They've got to be one of those people who push you. When you're in your 12th rep, let's say you're doing a squat, for example, right? And you say to yourself, I'm just going to do 12 reps. You get to 12 reps, and they say to you, no, you still got 1 more. Or you still got 2 more. You still got 3 more. And they keep pushing you. They inspire you to do better. You want to find that kind of person. And if you don't know those kind of people, then again, sign up at a group. Sign up at a group session. Go to a boot camp. Go into that environment, and there's literally 10s or 20 people there that you can start to involve with, to interact with. And from there, you're going to find a gym partner. Okay? So that's all to do with training. These 4 steps are by far the most important thing. These 4 steps are the 20% of... These are the 20% of things that generate 80% of your results. One of the biggest myths that I absolutely hate, and there is some truth to this, is that if you want to lose weight, if you want to transform your body, then it's 80% nutrition, right? 20% training. You probably heard that. You probably heard that, I guess, that formula for success before, right? 80% nutrition, 20% training. I think that is BS. The real formula for success, for losing weight, for toning your body up, the real formula is 10% training, 20% nutrition. The other 70% is your psychology, your mindset, the emotions that you're feeling every single day. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that training is important. You must train your ass off. You must also be eating good. But most people focus, the reason why so many people fail at moving forward, or the reason why so many people the reason why so many people take 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back is because they haven't worked on their mindset, they haven't worked on their emotions, they haven't worked on their belief systems. So this is by far the most important thing. So let me give you 4 important aspects to transforming your body to losing that weight that you always wanted to lose. So here is the 7th thing. The 7th thing that you want to be doing is you want to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours. Now the reason why I say this is because what happens is when you sleep 5 to 6 hours, right, your stress levels go up. And there's a hormone that's produced when your stress levels go up. The stress hormone, which is called cortisol. And as those cortisol levels increase, you start to become more, the likelihoodness of you increasing body fat, particularly around the ab area, is a lot more likely. So you want to start to keep those stress levels down. And I'm going to show you some other ways to keep those stress levels down. But one of the ways is just by getting more sleep. You know it's hard when some people have children. I know it's hard when you go to work a lot. But maybe you should just start to look at your schedule. Look at all those parts of your day where you're just spending pointless hours. Maybe it's on Facebook, social media, watching TV. Cut those things out so then that way you can have more sleep. So that's the 7th tip. Sleeping 7 to 8 hours. The 8th thing that you want to be doing is you want to be focusing on having a morning ritual every single day. Now the reason why I say this is because how you start your morning determines how you go throughout your day. Most people's morning rituals is they wake up, they maybe hit the snooze button 3 to 4 times, then they check their social media, and they lay in bed for 20 to 30 minutes just doing this. Then they finally decide to get up, put on their kettle, make a cup of coffee, and then they're off to work. What a terrible way to start your morning. That is by far one of the most terrible ways to start your morning. How do I know this? Because I used to do that. What if I was to show you a way where you could feel energetic, you could feel inspired, you could feel motivated, you could feel empowered every single morning? Would it influence how you go throughout your day? The answer is yes, because like I said, how you start your morning determines how you go throughout your day. And the reason why this is so important is because, like I said before, your level of emotional state every single day determines whether you lose weight or not. The reason why is because your level of emotions determines the decisions that you make. And the decisions that you make determines whether you lose weight or not. Because if you don't believe me, think about this. If you decide to not go to the gym rather than go to the gym, what's going to be the result that you create? You're going to start to gain a lot more weight. If you decide to have a chocolate bar rather than a bowl of salad, what's going to be the result? You're going to start to gain a lot of weight. And what determines those decisions is the current mindset that you're in, the current level of emotions that you're feeling. When you're feeling run down, when you're feeling tired, when you're feeling pessimistic, you don't feel like going, okay, I'm just going to go have a bowl of salad. Usually most people say, I'm going to have a bowl of ice cream, I'm going to have a chocolate bar. So you want to start your morning every single day with an empowering morning ritual. So you can do things like going for a walk. You can do things like asking yourself empowering questions like, what am I grateful for? What am I happy about? You can do things like smiling first thing in the morning. And in fact, I'll leave a link down below that you can download where it's called My Time to Shine Morning Ritual. And basically this is the morning ritual that I go through every single morning that gets me in the current emotional state to do my best, to go throughout my day making empowering decisions, to make myself become better, to make my body become better, to make myself become healthier, to get towards that goal that I have for my body. So you can, I'll leave a link below, I'll have morning ritual and then I'll leave the link that you can download for free, okay? So go throughout a morning ritual every single day. The 9th thing that you want to do, this thing right here is, I would say maybe 90% of people don't do this. And it is by far one of the things that can actually empower you to create that momentum to keep on going and going and going. And that is this. That is celebrating small wins. You don't know, it's crazy the amount of people where when I do personal training, when I'm training someone and then we check in every single month to see how they're doing. And they'll achieve like this massive result, right? They'll be training consistently, they'll be putting so much effort in, and then they don't acknowledge themselves. They don't give themselves self-love for putting all that effort in. And maybe you've done that to yourself. Maybe you're beating yourself up because you say to yourself, you know what, I've only trained twice this week. Or maybe you're saying to yourself, you know what, I had a cheat meal today. And sometimes that pain is good. Sometimes you need to snap yourself out of that, going into that effect of just going downhill. But sometimes you're putting in so much effort in, you're putting all your effort in, and you're not acknowledging yourself. What you reward yourself with gets repeated. What gets rewarded gets repeated. When you're constantly rewarding yourself for doing good, when you go to the gym, give yourself a pat on the back, say to yourself, you know, how amazing am I? I could have decided, this is the mindset that I go through. When I'm driving my car, actually I was doing this morning. I was saying to myself, because I was meant to do 10, Malcolms. And I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to do 11. I'm just going to do 11. And I pushed myself. I said to myself, I'm going to do 10, but I did 11 anyways. And I said to myself, you know what, who the hell has the mindset to do that? Who has the mindset to push themselves to the limit? That's giving yourself self-love. So most people need to do that. Most people need to get into the mindset when they're driving their car and they're going back from the gym. You need to be saying to yourself, you know what, I could have just stayed in bed today, but I decided to go to the gym. How freaking amazing am I? You know what? I just had a bowl of salad. When I could look at it around me, there's chocolate everywhere, there's fizzy drink, but I just had a salad. How amazing am I? Celebrating those small wins. Because when you're associating so much pleasure to doing something good, you feel so much more compelled to do those things. But if you're just going throughout your day and you just have a salad and then that's it, it's just like there's no emotional stake associated to that thing. So attach so much pleasure to and rewarding yourself for doing those things that you don't feel like doing. When you go to the gym when you're feeling tired, when you have a bowl of salad when you could have had a chocolate, when you woke up early when you could have slept in. Say to yourself, how amazing am I? Give yourself that self-love because, again, like I said, what gets rewarded gets repeated. Now you've done all these things right here, right? You have all this information. This is gonna top it off because most people will watch this and then they'll go, okay, I'll just do that later. I'm gonna give you a challenge, and that is going through a 21-day challenge. The reason why I like this is because you've probably heard this before. It's true. It takes 21 days for your brain to make new connections to either make or break a habit. Whether it is with smoking, whether it is with eating bad foods, binge eating, I don't care what it is. And most people watching this aren't doing these things. So what I highly recommend to you is take on a 21-day challenge where you're going to say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to sign up for a group session, or I'm going to find a gym buddy. Starting from tomorrow, I'm going to start to train 3 times a week or 5 times a week. Starting from tomorrow, I'm going to get myself a small plate. Starting from tomorrow, I'm going to eat every 2 to 3 hours. I'm going to start to celebrate small wins. I'm going to start to go through a morning ritual. I'm going to start to sleep 7 to 8 hours for 21 days. And all of a sudden, it just becomes you. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. You can do this by yourself. It doesn't really matter if you do this by yourself. Or you can do this with me. I have a free 21-day challenge that you can go through where I'm going to be coaching you a lot more in depth with all these things and giving yourself more tips on training, mindset, nutrition, where I'm going to coach you throughout the 21-day period how to do all these things, how to lose that weight that you have. It's called the 21-day weight loss challenge. Now you can click, I will leave a link below where you can click on that as well. Now it doesn't really matter if you do this with me or by yourself. As long as you do this, then everything's going to be okay. Okay? So I hope this video has served you. Apply these things. Don't just watch this video like most people and don't actually do anything. Take on the 21-day challenge. Apply these 10 tips to your life and watch the result you create within a 4-week period, an 8-week period, a 12-week period, a 6-month period. How much weight would you lose? Not just that though, but how would you look? How would you feel? What would you think about? What emotional state would you live in consistently every single day? If you start to actually apply all these things right here, your life would be different. So I hope this video has served you. I hope this has helped you. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, make sure you click the button below to subscribe. And until I see you in the next video, remember to love all living things. And most importantly, love thyself.